Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share my top 10 perfumes of all time, just my current favorites in my collection. I realized I never did a best of 2023 from my personal view. I did do a fun video going over your top 10 scents of the year, but I thought I would do this instead and just kind of share the top 10 scents that I am absolutely loving right now. So these are kind of in order, but again, these are top 10s out of like 100 fragrances in my collection. I'm not including fragrance mist though. If you want to see a video of like that, then definitely let me know. But this is just actual perfume. So for number 10, I chose Burberry Goddess. I need to buy a big bottle of this ASAP. You guys can see, like, I have gone through this little 1 ounce size quite a bit. I love this one. It's like a go-to for me, just everyday kind of vanilla, but I feel like you can wear it for daytime, nighttime, but it just goes with anything, any occasion. It's just such an easy reach for me. I know a lot of people think this is basic, but sometimes you gotta love a good basic perfume. I think that this gives you that vanilla sweetness without being like overly gourmand. It has some notes of lavender in it as well to just give it a kind of different feel. And you guys know I'm a gourmand girl, but yeah, I still wear this one a lot and I get a lot of compliments on this one. I think this is definitely one you want to try first in store because some people get more lavender and some people get more of the vanilla. On my skin, the vanilla really pops, and I think if maybe YSL Libra was like a little much for you, it was a little too maybe floral, you might actually like the Burberry Goddess instead, because I do kind of see those compared quite a bit. But yeah, I love Burberry Goddess so much. 100% gonna buy like a 3 ounce size once I run out of this, or maybe like the next Ulta or Sephora sale. I definitely need a restock of it. Okay, number 9, I did include Velvet Tonka. This has been such a like signature kind of going out evening special event type of scent for me. I purchased this one in New York City, I think it was like October, and I've just loved it, but I don't wear it every day because it can be a bit much. Like, this is really, really strong. Velvet Tonka has this kind of warmth, a little spiciness, and it has an almond note that I love. It's so hard to find a good almond perfume. They either are too powdery, they're just never really what I'm liking, and this has like the perfect almond. But it's not like you're just smelling straight almond extract. This has a depth to it, this has a sexiness to it. It's a little bit powdery, but not overly so. I really enjoyed this one, and I made this list last week because I featured like all these top 10s on TikTok. Yesterday I actually found a dupe for this. This is Swiss Arabian's Oud Tonka, and I'm in a couple like fragrance groups on Facebook, and I've seen a couple people mention this having an almond note, so I just blind bought this because it wasn't that expensive. It was like, I think around the $50 range, definitely not as much as the BDK version. And when I got this, I was shocked because it smelled exactly like Velvet Tonka. So I'm guessing it was trying to dupe this. I know Swiss Arabian does make a lot of dupe scents. This is a very new scent from them. It's actually very hard to find. I picked it up on Joma Shop, which is a completely legit website. I'll have it in like the shopping tab here. You can purchase it for yourself. But I think it's still like so new that it really hasn't hit the US yet. And I think like eventually once it does, it'll be on like Amazon, TikTok Shop, and a little bit more easy accessible. But for now, you can still get it off of Joma Shop, and the shipping was actually very fast. But honestly, I would say now that I have both, just go ahead and buy the dupe version because this smells just as good and it's just as strong as the original one. So you're saving like $150 or more buying this dupe one. So I love the bottle too. It's this really pretty Tiffany blue. I know sometimes the dupe perfumes can have like uglier packaging, but I think this is very pretty. So had to mention that there is a dupe for this one, but sometimes I do have to share the original because that was the original maker of this scent and how the scent got popular. So I feel like I always have a place in my heart for the original that made the scent. Okay, number 8, I had to choose Lra from Zeraf. This scent, this has such a special place in my heart. I know a lot of brands have been doing more kind of lemon scents lately. Like lemon gourmands have been kind of trending, but this is still top tier for me. This is still my favorite, and I think the bottle is so beautiful. I love the little tassel that it has. I just love this one because it gives off more vanilla than a lot of the other lemon pound cake scents do. Some of the other ones can come off almost cleaner vibes because it has so much lemon. This has the perfect balance of lemon and vanilla to make this delectable lemon pound cake scent, and it goes really well with Bath & Body Works Ice Lemon Pound Cake as well. If you're wanting to make that one long wearing, definitely layer those two together. You can add even more sweetness to this one, but this one is very sweet on its own. This is totally worth the money for me. Seriously, one of the best lemon vanillas I have found. I've tried Acro Bake, I've tried the Dolce & Gabbana Devotion, which I like both of those, but this one just comes out on top. It truly smells so edible. Okay, for number 6, I wanted to pick a Kayali, and it was between this one and Vanilla 28, but I actually have some better vanillas in my collection, so I feel like I need this in my collection to add something a little more fruity. Like, let's say these were the only 10 perfumes I had. I feel like I have to have a little bit of variety, so I went with the Pistachio Gelato, which I do wear this one a lot. This is the big size, and I've put a big dent in this one. I always say this, but when I initially reviewed it, I feel like it came off a little bit negative, which I didn't really mean to be like that, but this was not what I expected when I got it. I was expecting it to be more like the Sol de Janeiro pistachio vibe, where it's very nutty, warm, and this is more of a fruity pistachio. It literally smells like an ice cream shop. So at first I was very confused by it, but now it makes total sense. Like, it literally smells like you're walking into a gelato shop, and you do get a hint of the pistachio in there, but it's not like a warm, nutty pistachio. This one I get more cotton candy, marshmallow, and whipped cream when I smell it, but it's so intoxicating and so delicious. I feel like it's so hard for brands to make unique scents these days, and this one is like nothing I've ever smelled before. So this was such a cool launch and has really become one of my favorite perfumes in my collection. Now, I did find a dupe for this one as well, and this one is another kind of Arabian perfume. This is called Khair, Khair. I'll have it linked down below. You can get this one off of Amazon. This is their pistachio scent, and these are pretty much identical, and this one actually lasts a very long time as well. So, you know, if I have a dupe, I want to mention it. So if you just can't do the $100 price tags, then there is just something that's a little bit more affordable. Of course, I always recommend, if you can, to support the original brand and makers of the perfume. So I did want to mention that I did have a dupe. A lot of brands are starting to make dupes for this one because it was such a popular release. Okay, so I think we're on number 6 now, and for that one I have Manera Roses Vene. This one I've been wanting for such a long time. I actually had the dupe for a while, which is the Zara Rose Gourmand, so another dupe, but the original, I think in this case, the original does it better. I just feel like this is a lot more long wearing. Of course, the Zara is quite a bit cheaper, but you're really only getting a few hours out of this one. The Manera, this will last all day on the skin. Such a pretty scent. If you guys do like more of a candied rose, I do not like rose on its own. I don't like overly floral perfumes. This is not. This is more gourmand. Like, I feel like it smells very edible. It's candied, jammy, super sticky sweet type of rose and vanilla. Kind of along the same lines of Delina exclusive, but sweeter and yummier. So this has been a top hit for me, but yeah, if you simply kind of want to try it out, or you just can't afford the price tag, you can try the Zara Rose Gourmand for a bit of a dupe. All right, for number 5, I had to include Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. This is such an iconic scent for me. I remember when I first smelled this and just instantly fell in love. I bought it around the hype of when it was said that Rihanna wears this one, so everyone was buying it at the time. And it's pricey, but for a unique kind of original scent, I will pay the money for it. So I love this one. It smells like orange blossom, like marshmallow dust, which is kind of weird, but like the dust off the marshmallows, like this powdered sugar almost effect. and it kind of gives off a little bit of a root beer vibe. I think it's stunning. I love wearing this one for like date night or a special occasion. It just feels so rich, so sweet and elegant. I love Don't Be Shy. So this is always gonna be one of my top favorite perfumes. Next fragrance, I had to pick Valentino Donna's Born in Roma. This is just such a go-to for me, and this is like the big size. I actually went through a 1 ounce bottle not that long ago, and so this one's full because it's literally brand new. But this scent, I feel like a lot of people would like this one. It's very crowd pleasing. It's not really gourmand. It has vanilla in the notes, but it's definitely not gourmand. To me, this is just like a nice fruity fresh kind of scent. Like, you could literally wear this anywhere, I feel like, to work, to nighttime, and you will get compliments because it's just pleasing and it's not overly floral, anything like that. It's just such a good everyday scent. So I had to include this one because you just need something that you could reach for every day. And I know I also mentioned Burberry Goddess as that too. I know they have like a million different versions of this, but the OG, in my opinion, is still the best of the best. I do have to try the new green one coming out, but I feel like nothing can top the original for me. At number 3, I had to include Maison Francis Kirk de Jean Baccarat Rouge 540. I know this is just such an overdone scent, but I love this so much. Even after smelling 100 different dupes for this, everyone tries to dupe this. It just has to be in this video because it is iconic. Like, when this came out, I feel like there's nothing like it on the market, and now everyone has a scent like this. There's so many dupes for it, like Cloud, Zara has their Red Temptation, even Bath & Body Works in the Stars is kind of similar, but the original just does it for me. This is one of the most long wearing scents in my collection, and it just makes me happy. I don't know, something about the original I think is just so delicious. On me, it smells just like toasted sugar. I absolutely can never get enough of that one. It's so good, and I know it's expensive, but I do try to make it last because you really only need like a couple spritzes, and I try to like mix in my dupes with it so I can make this last like a little bit longer. All right, my top 2. Okay, these are both kind of very sweet vanillas, of course, but Escapade Gourmand from Maison Mataha. You guys, this literally smells like it's literally a creme brulee. Like, it smells so realistic and so edible. I love my gourmands to smell realistic, like a real dessert. I don't want florals mixed in. I do not want random notes in there. I just want it to smell edible, and this one completely does. So when I say it smells like a creme brulee, it smells like that kind of toasted top part of the creme brulee. It's not overly toasted like, let's say, replicas by the fireplace. It's just like that slightly burnt sugar type of scent, and so ultra sweet. Obviously, it's my favorite. It's my number 2 spot. It has top notes of sugarcane, middle notes of vanilla and tonka bean, base notes of benzoin and musk, which is like literally all of my favorite notes in here. Such a good fragrance. But at number 1, I had to actually put this one ahead of it, and this is Bianco Latte from Giardini di Toscana. Now, I know everyone on TikTok is raving about this right now, and I think it's 100% worth the hype. It is so good, and I put it ahead of the Escapade Gourmand because this lasts a bit longer. Like, this will last on my skin for hours and hours, and a lot of, I feel like, sweeter scents don't actually last like quite as long, so this one is so impressive. This one has top notes of caramel, middle notes coumarin and honey, and base notes of vanilla and white musk. But yeah, I kind of get chocolate in this too for some reason, even though it's not listed on the fragrance kind of notes. But if you can get your hands on this, I definitely recommend it. I know it's been sold out. I think Lucky Scent is going to be restocking this soon next month. If you guys haven't been able to try it yet, you can always order a sample as well. But if you guys like gourmands and you don't have this yet, this is the epitome of gourmands. It is so good. If you can't get your hands on this, I do want to mention this perfume is actually very similar to it, which is Dolce by Rosie Jane. This one has like that yummy kind of vanilla ice cream kind of scent, and it is very similar, to Bianco Latte, but it's definitely not as strong as Bianco Latte is. If you're kind of curious if you would like Bianco Latte or if you just don't want to spend the money on it, the Dolce by Rosie Jane is very similar, but I definitely recommend the original because you will be smelling this all day on you. It's so strong, and when I do pay higher prices for fragrances, I do want them to like really project and last on the skin. Like I want everyone to be smelling me, so I do recommend the original, but Dolce is definitely very close to it, and you can get Dolce at Sephora. So that is it for this video, going over my top 10 perfumes in my collection, the ones that I 100% recommend getting if you usually like the same kind of scents as me. Let me know some of your favorite scents in the comments down below, or ones you think I should check out. And also let me know if you guys want to see a fragrance mist version, even if the fragrance mists are discontinued, because a lot of my favorite Bath & Body Works mists are discontinued. So let me know if that is something you want to see. But I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.